Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your weather podcast for this June 23rd. As you can hear, the voice is almost back. Several days of not doing the podcast and just being really sidelined, so to speak, because of this head congestion or ear problems. My doctor says adenoids, inflammation, that sort of thing. And it's starting to slowly work itself out, but I thought I would go ahead and try to do a podcast because we've got a couple of things going on. First of all, we do have the threat of maybe some strong to severe thunderstorms later this afternoon over southern Kentucky and the WBKO viewing area. And the other thing is, after today, I'm going to take 2 weeks off. And I know for you podcast listeners, you're like, well, I've been missing the podcast, and now you're going to take 2 weeks off? You're always taking off, Chris Allen. What's the deal? No, I'm not. I've got a lot of time built up, actually. I need to burn it off. And frankly, after all this issue with my voice, I'm ready to just relax and not have to talk and not have to broadcast. I've even taken off of my radio show this week. So I just need to give my voice a rest and give myself a rest. It's been a while since I've taken that much time off, but I've got some things to do, take care of, and some family stuff to take care of as well. Haven't been to Mississippi in a while, and as many of you know, that's where my wife and her family are from, and her mother is wanting to go back to Mississippi, and she's not able to really drive herself, and so we're going to take her down there and spend a few days and just see family that we haven't seen in over a year. Remember, it was the day after Christmas when southern Mississippi had that tornado that came through, and it, as you'll recall, it came right through Columbia, Mississippi, and that's my wife's hometown, and that's where her grandmother still lives, and we haven't been back down there since the tornado hit. So we're going to go back and see everybody, just check up on everybody, and I may even take some pictures of the where the path of the tornado came through, just because I'm curious in that way. And so I hope that you'll allow me that time to just take off for a couple of weeks. I'll be back, I think it's July 7th or 8th, somewhere in there, after the 4th of July weekend, and I'll be back on the radio, back on TV, back doing the podcast, and everything is normal. I had this plan for a while, but the voice issue now has really got me where I'm just, it's like, all right, my body's now telling me I need to just relax. So the signals are there. But anyway, back to what I was talking about at the beginning here, and that is we do see the potential later today as a cold front starts to sag southward through Kentucky, that we'll see strong to possibly severe thunderstorms this afternoon. Now, the main threats that we're looking for, the potential for damaging winds and hail. There will also be, of course, torrential rains and maybe even some frequent lightning. But as far as a tornado threat, it's very, very low. This will be just the kind of system that pushes through from north to south. There's not a whole lot of spin in the atmosphere. There's not quite the dynamics that are needed for tornadoes. So, I mean, that's not to say there won't be a tornado warning or anything like that. I mean, there could be, if we see a cell that maybe starts to spin up or something, then that's a possibility. But I think the real likelihood of that happening is really low. This is going to be more of a straight line wind damage potential with some of these storms. The lightning could be very frequent, very intense, and then the rainfall could also be torrential, just a drenching downpour because of all the moisture that's in the atmosphere. So we're looking at this to happen sometime after, say, 1 o'clock this afternoon, more likely 3, 4, 5 o'clock, just in time for the drive home today. And it looks like those thunderstorms will continue to push through until later on this evening. So the Storm Prediction Center has us in a slight risk area for later today, and we'll keep an eye on everything, of course. Know the weather before it knows you. Turn on your NOAA weather radio. Make sure you're signed up for text alerts and all that kind of stuff. But you guys that listen to the podcast, you know how to be prepared. I don't have to tell you. You know the drill. 94 was our high temperature yesterday, making it the hottest day of 2015 thus far. 94 at 2:30 yesterday afternoon at the airport. 88 is our average. That's a 6-degree difference. 70 was our low. 66 the average. That's a 4-degree difference. A year ago, we had a high of 93 and a low of 65 back in 2014. Of course, no rainfall past 24 hours, even though there were a few small isolated showers that popped up around the area yesterday afternoon. We're now right at 2 inches behind for the month of June as far as precipitation. Today, hot and humid, will start very hazy with a few clouds. And then by, say, noon, 1 o'clock, we'll begin to see showers, thunderstorms popping up as the cold front begins to drop southward from the Ohio River. Thunderstorms could be strong to possibly severe. 93 this afternoon. And before any thunderstorms, then, of course, the heat index will be in the upper 90s to low 100s like it was yesterday. That's dangerous if you're going to be outdoors for any length of time. Tonight we'll continue with showers and thunderstorms ending late, a low of 75. Now for Wednesday, behind that front, it will be just slightly less humid. I don't think you're going to feel a real big difference. I mean, it may feel just a little bit better tomorrow than it will feel today. 91, and there is a 20% chance of a shower late in the day. Thursday, we continue with the heat and humidity back to 95 and just a 20% chance of an isolated late-day shower. But as a much more organized system comes in for the weekend, we're going to see on Friday a 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms likely. Going to take a drink of coffee here. Oh, that helps the throat so much and makes my voice come back for just a moment. 70% chance of rain and thunderstorms likely on Friday. Some of the rainfall could be heavy as we not only get into Friday, but Friday night and Saturday. So the beginning of your weekend does look sloppy, but we could use the rain. Will there be severe weather? Too soon to say, but cannot be ruled out. I think this is going to be one of those heavy rain producers. 88 will be the high on Friday, and we're only going to make it up to 83 on Saturday with a continued 60% chance of rain and a few thunderstorms. It will be less humid by Sunday, mostly sunny and 83, and it's going to feel wonderful. I mean, a lot of this heat and humidity will be gone, at least for a little while. Even into Monday, we're looking at a high of 83 with just a slight chance of a late-day shower. So things will improve once we get past the weekend. Only a couple of more days of this heat and humidity that we'll deal with, and then things will kind of shake back to where, more like spring instead of summer. But again, severe weather potential later today. How much of it develops, where it develops, will remain to be seen. Just be aware and be ready. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the podcast. God bless you as always, and thank you so much for listening. And thank you again for just understanding and allowing me some time away. I'm ready for it. Know the weather before it knows you. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky. Streaming live to the WBKO app and to WBKO.com.